It's people are striving for the analog in this digital world. They want the tactile, they want the contact that comes from flesh, and they want to have everything's so accessible. Everything, whatever your heart desires, is 2 clicks away, and you can have it, but equally the guy next to you can have it. And so to have something, an experience that's yours and yours alone, that no one else has had, that's precious, is a rare commodity. And I think increasingly people want to feel alive. It's so easy to live your life virtually. So to actually be somewhere where you're having to make choices for yourself, you have to own your decisions, is simple and has a visceral, physical response when so much of the digital is up here.
Right. So this sort of physical response, I mean, obviously, the Moonslave is all about getting a physical response.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? I mean, obviously you have the John Lamb playing in London. You've been doing this kind of theater now for 14 or 15 years. Can you see doing a sort of a digital iteration?
It's very interesting because I think when we started, we were almost deliberately Luddites, and we were scared of any technology because we wanted it to be as analog as possible. And in fact, when the West End is full of every big show has a video, director doing the visuals. We've never once had visuals within our work, but now it's inevitable. Sort of the tide is moving so quickly that we're fascinated by what's out there, and we're trying to learn from the different media that surround us. So, for example, one thing that I'm fascinated by at the moment is the idea of computer game, video games, and they're also described as immersive. And what happens when you take those mechanics out of the game and apply it to theatre or apply it to the real world? What does that do? We took the team back home to an island off the coast of the UK, middle of nowhere, to have 2 days of just playing smartphone games. We played all the most addictive ones like Candy Crush Saga, with the exercise being what if we were to stage this as a show, what would it look like? What does that do? What is the Clash of Clans theatre show? And I'm not talking narrative, I'm talking raw mechanics. How do you create something in this digital age? Buying a theatre ticket and going to a building for 3 hours feels slightly outdated. Where's the model where you subscribe and you pay weekly and you live inside the show for 6 months, or your life becomes the show? It feels like I'm interested in the next tranche of work is that sort of magic hour, the dusk between the fictional and real, where you almost become your own avatar. You become the star of your own film, and you, rather than going to a building or a theatre to go into a show, what happens if the show comes to you?